Hello everybody, this is Flash Records Java here, and welcome back to another Java tutorial. And today I thought that I would continue with the Reddit thing, which were to show what should I have shown today? Oh yeah, the mana bars and stuff. But I got a comment from a guy who watched the first episode, and he wanted me to go through my mob military. I think it were the mob villager or that. Anyway, if you are following the Sharenos tutorial, please write that in the comments so I know, like, if you got any knowledge of this code, because this is basically most of the stuff is from him, but I've added some stuff like the mobs. So okay, the first and most basic mob is the villager. I'll just remove that. Okay, so how the villager, how you make it is you just copy the player. You can go to your player class. You just copy that. But there's some stuff a mob won't need. The mob won't need a keyboard. For now, the mobs can't swim, but I can't, so it's another animation. They don't really need. Okay, they need everything except the keyboard, because I haven't just implemented health, mana, or stamina for the mobs yet. So anyway. They need a location. They need wait, why is there a scanner there? I don't think I am using this. Nope. Anyway, so the mob villager. You need a int called random, or rand. I just named my rand, and you need a private random equals new random. So you need a random and you need an extra int, as you don't need in the player class. Mob villager NPC. Okay, so in the player I have this as the constructor, and this is just keyboard and no x and y coordinates, and this is with the x and y coordinates. So on the mob, or on the villager, there is the constructor is mob villager NPC and then x and y, and that's where it's gonna spawn, basically, because it still don't need a keyboard input. Teleport class is just exactly as the constructor, but it is without setting the sprite, so it's just I can call this and teleport them wherever I want. Update. Okay, so here comes the difference. In the player update method, you are checking for this is my stuff, my no clip and god mode and shit, as I showed in the other video. Anyway, you're checking for the keyboard, so input up, then YA minus. Okay, but because we don't get an input, we gotta solve that. And the AI for the mobs right now is just they will go to random directions, like let me check here. Where is that? Oh, I'm in the player. Dummy. Like 2 times a second it will check, and it can do something then. So okay, so how this works instead, they can't no clip or have god mode, so, or they actually have god mode all the time, but they can't no clip, so I don't need to bother about that. And okay, so here's the y minus YA plus plus, XA minus minus, and XA plus plus. And here you have rand equals, if rand is 0, then yeah, do that. So instead of the input up being pressed, the int rand is 0, then it will do that. And basically how I've done it is a timer up here, public long timer equals system.current time milliseconds. If the system.current time milliseconds minus timer is more than 500, so each like 500 milliseconds, it will go 500 milliseconds and then it will reset it. So timer plus equals 500. If yeah, this is basically the collision. Wait a second. Oh yeah. So if if it's not solid, okay. Next tile. Yeah, I was just experimenting. That's why the texts are there. Next tile is solid, moving in direction. Okay. So what this does, if it's not solid, so if it's facing a tile which is not solid, plus 30. So it's like if the mob is here, it checks there. This is a bit buggy, but anyway. Then it sets the random, or it sets rand to random.nextInt 20. So we're only checking for these 3 numbers. That's if rand is anything there, we're doing something. But this is setting it in a random number from 0 to 20. So we are actually, it's not moving all the time. That's what I want to say. No. Okay, so but if there is a solid tile, then it will shake its current direction. And okay, wait, I gotta see what this is going about. Okay, so like if it's a wall here, I can actually show you this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's show you. Like if I am a mob right now, this is not working, I believe, but if I am a mob now and I'm standing like this and it's 30 pixels to that, then it is a solid block there and it will shake. So my direction is 0, which is there, or looking in that way. Then it will set my random to 1, which will make me walk that way. So as you said, that's not working. I just didn't want them to get stuck like this, which they kinda get sometimes. Yeah, like that. My voice is weird. Okay, so that is basically everything about like that. So like if the direction is 3, which is the side, I don't know which side. Have I made this? Some side, and then it will set it to the opposite. That's basically what this does. So if it's hard to understand, you can just write this, because I don't know how I figured it out, but I did. So that's how it makes it. Same collision detection as the player got. I could remove that and they will be able to go through walls. That's basically what I'm doing when I'm no clipping. Then it just checks that. Okay, so that's the basic move thing. I haven't made it follow the player or anything. I tried to, but it seems to crash, so, and then I stopped trying, so I will maybe try some other time with that. So okay, now the military. It needs, okay, needs 2 more integers. It needs rand x and rand y, and I will tell you why. In this update method, each 500, like 2 times a second, rand x and rand y gets changed to a random integer inside the game and get window width. So it basically returns the width times scale. So it can get integer from, like, the rand x can get an integer from there to there, and the y can does it from there to there. And you might be able to guess why, because a mob doesn't have, or this mob or an NPC doesn't have a input, and the player, when it shoots, because this is military, when the player, when it shoots, it have the mouse to follow, so it knows the coordinates. Though this don't, so this need a random number, or I could just put in like the player numbers here, but that's a bit, I don't know. Actually, if any of you guys know, as follows the channel's tutorials, or just are good at Java, if I want this mob, the shooting mob, be able to target me, that's has been pretty hard for me, because when I'm, or like if I want this to have a username, the username is not rendered on the map. It's rendered, like, it's not rendered above his head. It's rendered like if he's at x100 and y100, it's rendered right here for me, and when he moves, it moves a little bit. So that's pretty weird. I don't know how to fix that, and that's why I can't target the player yet. Okay, so the same move method, this moves more frequently, or does stuff. This is like, if that's small number, it's more chance that it will do something 2 times a second instead of doing nothing. If I would set that to 1,000,000, it would like never do something. It will be like 1 in 1,000,000 that it did something. Now it's 1 in 15 that it do something. Anyway, same move, exactly the same, but we have, if the rand is 4, 5, or 6, then the dx and dy, which is the directions for shoot fireball, gets set to random x and random y. So if the random x and random y have decided that it's right here, and the mob it's shooting from middle of the mob, then it will shoot there, and it can change. So that's how he's shooting at random directions. Shoot fireball, and if the random is 7, it shoots water ball. I actually added water ball to shoot with my other mouse button also. Yeah, I think that's it. I really do. I don't know anything about, like, yeah, I tried to render the name here and it did not work as good as I hoped. And yeah, basically, so it's just to copy the player class with all the rendering and stuff, and just remove everything that has to do with the movement and the inputs, and you change that to a random number. Or if you're figuring out how to follow the player, or if you want him to move to a certain direction, you can make it move. And this is a really basic. He is not caring about there's a solid block there. It's no pathfinding at all. I will maybe do that, and if I'm doing that, I will keep you updated on it, because yeah, it's fun to figure stuff out and show to people. So I might do more pathfinding, so like if he's here and I'm here and he wants to go there, instead of just starting to walk right onto the block but he can't move there, he will try to find another way around it. I don't really know how I will do that, but I'm good at figuring stuff out. Anyway, so this was everything for me today. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave comments, like, and subscribe. It's really helpful. And just suggest stuff as you want to learn. I could probably figure stuff out. I'm pretty new, not new to Java. I've like coded this year and a bit to 2012. I'm only 14 years old, so yeah, and I haven't gone any like classes or stuff. I've only learned from YouTube and reading on the internet, which is a good way to learn, I think. Anyway, so if there's anything you guys want to know in Java, in this game, or any other stuff I'm working on here, if you're interested in anything of this, the 3D game is not working, and networking not as well, or Paint, I believe. Can I run this? Can I run my Paint thing? I were to make a Paint thing, which you could change the color of the, or you can change colors and paint with, because I made a program that's called in my here thingy. Wonder if it is in menu. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, I'm trying to make a menu. I actually have the full color picker by V7 Flash. I made a color program where you can pick colors and customize colors if you like. Yeah, so if there's anything, I'm actually kind of proud over these buttons. They are all made from scratch, like no built-in Java thing to know where the mouse is and the collision or whatever you want to call it. There is G buttons and stuff, but I made this totally by myself, so I'm pretty proud over that. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next video. Please leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you.